Hey everybody, this is Christopher DAV1D from ECF coming at you with a little bit of a modification that I came up with yesterday. I was having a rough vaping day, which I know everybody has, and I cleaned all my atomizers and ended up blowing out I had like 7 atomizers and now I have like 1 or 2 that's working decent. I don't know what the hell I did to them, but it's not good. So I was like, oh crap. What am I going to do? And I'm so sick of spending all these money on atomizers and then I end up blowing them somehow. So, Vapor for Life Cartomizers. I think these are the WOW carts, the ones that burn a little hotter than the cool carts. And I still use them at 5 volts and they work perfect. You can turn these into an atomizer. And with their specials, they're always running, if you get on their mailing list, like 25, 30, 35% off of their cartos. So you can get a box of 5 for like $6 sometimes less. The reason I say, now they are 808 cartos, so you do need an adapter, which you could pick up just about any vendor, 510 to 808, or actually it's 510 to 901. However, it works perfect on these 808s. So, the reason I use these Vapor for Life ones is they're different than your average carto. In the middle of these, which you'll be able to see in a minute, there's the regular filler, and then going around the little straw in the middle with the coil, there's a piece of felt that's wrapped around there, which enables you to use this carto as like an atomizer. Now I'm going to say I've been using one of these that is already done and modified, which I'll show you. Yes, it's purple. Deal with it. See, there's the felt in the middle, and it literally, like, this works better than any joye atomizer that I've ever used, and I can drip on it, get none of the taste of the filler in there. The vapor production is perfect, it's awesome, and it costs like $1.50 to make your own atomizer. Like, you can't beat that. So let me try and get to this quick. So you just need a pair of tweezers. And you need, on the outside, not the middle, get a hold of the filler. It may take a little bit of finessing, but it's not really difficult. There we go, see. Pull that filler out. Now you're left, which is the only cartomizer I've ever seen like this. If you know of others, let me know. But now you're left with this piece of felt around that straw and then the coil in the middle. Now pull if you had any extra loose fluff. Now what you're going to do is put that down. You're going to take the fluff that you just pulled out and you're going to take a small portion of it, very small. This is just to prevent it basically from making a mess in the bottom of your cartomizer and not dripping out, and so the liquid doesn't drip out. So take the fluff and just kind of spin it like a little snake. Okay, then just take the carto. This part, what I actually did it with last time was a needle, like I used for filling. Okay, I'm back. Sorry, I keep getting phone calls, which stops my video from going. So you're gonna take that fluff a little bit, turn it into a little snake. And then on the outside of the little felt that's in there, put one end in. And then just pack it around. This is probably the most difficult part out of this whole thing. The other day I used a needle and it worked perfectly and was like easy. But of course now I'm doing it on video, so it's gonna give me a problem. And you could also like move the little straw over if you need to. Okay, so now you're going to push that down. And all this is doing is really just preventing the juice from leaking out the bottom. That's really the main objective of that. And the other part is whatever juice is caught in that bottom piece you just put in there is going to feed it to the felt, but it's such a tiny bit that you're not getting that fluff taste. And that's all. That's the whole modification. I will quickly show you. Now when you drip down, take one that I already used since I've already... Like you can move the little straw to one side, and like what I do is I push it down kind of to the edge, so that way when I drip, as the drop is going down to the bottom, it's getting soaked up by that felt. You see that? Put that on my tech. You can now, instead of, I don't like these little plugs, so I just use a drip tip. Take a hit and show you how it vapes. As you can see, I lost you for a second. Vapes like a champ. I'm telling you, it's $1.50, if that. This is the end result. You just got a tiny, tiny bit of fluff all the way down in there to prevent anything from dripping, to catch any extra juice. And you can move this little straw around as needed. So like you could push it up against the edge. So that way when you drip, the felt will soak up 90% of the juice that's dripping down. And now you can drip into these cartomizers without getting the taste of the fluff. You get the exact hit you would get from direct dripping on an atomizer. The vapor production is great, the throat hit is great. It's the same as dripping on like a joye atomizer, except it is about $1.50 instead of $10. So if you blow one up, you're not really that upset about it. So we'll take one more drag. Which, by the way, I got my Rice Krispie treat from Kickbass Vapor in here. This is my #1 juice. This is my second. This is 30 mils, but it's my second bottle. I've already gone through one full bottle, and I just started using them a few weeks ago. So that's not to mention all the other ones I got.